Hello everyone. This is a demo for our top care role recommendation system. We're going to show you two examples where we ask the model to predict the next role of two applicants under this scenario. So we have, for example, one applicant with his experiences plus his skills, and we ask the model to predict the next role. So for that, I chose two people. Actually, these two people are the people that the model didn't observe during training. All right. So the first one is Clyde Tredrick, who is a staff DevOps engineer, and actually he is my brother-in-law, and we have using actually his LinkedIn. We have his experiences plus his skills. You can see, for example, his skill in JavaScript, Java, STLC, and so on and so forth. And his current role is the staff DevOps engineer, as I already said. And the second one is Dr. Gianmarco Aversano, who is my second supervisor from Euronova. He is a data scientist at Euronova. So we want to see whether model can predict their last role. For example, for Dr. Gianmarco Aversano, model should predict data scientist, and for Clyde Tredrick, the model should predict staff DevOps engineers, something pretty close to that. So here we have a demo for training, but we are not interested in showing that right now and knowing it. By the way, we have also here a demo for recommendation, which is our interest right now. So we have a pretty large function that is responsible for predicting the next role of an applicant. Okay, the input is an applicant under this format. So I have these two applicant CVs, one for Clyde and one for Gianmarco. So this is only a Python dictionary. So we have their languages, their skills, and their experiences. So again, the goal is to predict the last role and evaluate the model based on their last roles or their current roles. So first, let's start with Gianmarco. So let's see what happens. All right, so the true role for Gianmarco, as you can see here, is data scientist. And model could predict three interesting roles: consultant big data, data engineer, and data scientist. So in K3, if we consider, for example, the model is a top three recommendation system, it could predict pretty well data scientists. And as you can see here, for example, the cosine similarity is definitely and clearly one, because model at K3 could observe it and actually could predict it, yeah. And the probability of data scientists is a little bit less than consultant big data. Actually, the model gave a higher probability to this role. By the way, in our top three list, data scientist is observed, and pretty interesting. And something really amazing or interesting here is that if you see here, there is nothing about data scientists. So model could actually capture a kind of evolutionary pattern from mechanical engineer or to data engineer, and then consultant, and data scientist, which is the last role of this applicant. So probably there were other applicants with the same profile or similar profile, so model could predict that. I should mention that these two applicants have not been used for training. All right, and so the second one is Clyde. So let's see the result. Okay, so the positive rule has not been seen during training, and the positive or true rule. So the true rule, as I already said, is staff DevOps engineer, and the model could predict three interesting things: DevOps engineer and senior DevOps engineer and senior software engineer. And the cosine similarity is 89 at K1 because model actually predicted DevOps engineer, pretty close to that. And what is interesting here is that a staff engineer, a staff DevOps engineer must be a senior DevOps engineer. So actually, as a staff DevOps engineer is a senior DevOps engineer. So this role actually that is predicted here can show the power of the model to capture the evolutionary pattern or the Clyde's growth over the time. All right. So from, for example, a programmer, program analyst to dev lead and software engineer and actually finally staff DevOps engineer. So thank you for your attention. It was just a demo for explaining how model can predict the next roles and what it means exactly. K or top K rule recommendation system. Thank you.